Do you ever imagine yourself sitting on the moon, looking down at Earth? I do. And it often reminds me of how small my problems really are, how insignificant I am in a universe that is too big to care about me, or humans, for that matter. And yet, in a life where everything seems meaningless, I have found meaning and purpose in the little things. Sometimes the brightest lights and biggest joys come in small packages. Under the directive of the Delphi Corporation, Hugh and his crew are sent to their company's moon base because they've received reports that something was wrong there, and upon arrival, IDUS, the base's artificial intelligence, is non-responsive. So there is something amiss, but what? Now, without AI to auto-land them, Hugh has to manually do so, and while they're staging the landing, the crew is completely taken away by the fact that the technology to print something as big as this structure on the moon exists. Lunafilaments allows Delphi to print, basically create anything as long as they have a blueprint. Safely landing, everybody grabs a battery pack to power their suits as life supports while they're out, and jumping into zero gravity, Hugh activates his suits' gravity adjustments so that he can be more grounded. Entering the space station named the Cradle, they are once again stunned by the enormous 3D printer and how it can create structures even as gigantic as the towering one before them, which pierces up into the stars. Hugh then listens to his mates talk about how the 3D printer actually has a name, the Limb Replicator, short for Lunar Filament. Lunafilament is a mineral that has been refined from the raw material found here on the moon known as lunum. Lunafilament can absorb and copy any information that it comes into contact with. Now, the objects that the 3D printer makes aren't exactly the strongest, but the Delphi Corporation is just fine with that because it's cheaper to print things on the moon than to constantly have to ship things out from Earth. Sounds concerning because essentially that means that everything here has been replicated. But, of course, Delphi, like any and all companies, would not skimp on safety standards, so they don't have to worry about things just falling apart around here. Now, it turns out that the buildings are actually created with a different and more specialized replicator that combines lunafilaments with some other materials to improve a structure's stability, only sacrificing complexity in the process. What happens next is they come to a blockage in one of the halls, and in order to move the debris out of the way, they activate a replicator that immediately prints out a bot to clear out the path.
As you wish.
Sheesh. What went down here? Rumor is we're going to be sending most of the people here back to Earth soon anyway. Just leave everything up to AI.
Yeah, and then they send us when the thing needs fixing.
It's like I always say. You can't trust a bot.
I don't know. Kind of like this one. But man, they really not gonna come out here and meet us?
Yeah, something's off.
Delphi didn't go and fire everyone, did they?
Wait, you all feel that?
Seismic activity detected.
Yeah, but our crew! Watch out! Captain!
Suit integrity compromised. First aid protocol is offline. Integrating lunar filament nanoweaves. Suit integrity stabilizing. Suit integrity restored. Biomedical diagnostics online. Administering cellular repair. Vitals stable. Awakening subject, Hugh Williams.
There you are. All better.
You patched me up? Can't believe someone brought that kid out here. Hey,
Hello, this is IDUS, your autonomous base administrator. Unregistered guest identified. Walker, please remove him from the premises.
hey, watch out. There's something right here.
So IDUS, the Intelligence Direction Unification System, is the AI sort of running things around here, and right now it's kindly directing the Walker to attack Hugh because apparently he's not supposed to be down here. He tries to shoot the robot in the head, but the bullets just bounce off. The helpful little girl comes up from behind Hugh, raising her hand like she's about to do something, but he shoves her back in an attempt to protect her. But she just goes to the other side and Hugh pushes back again, so finally she hops on his back.
I think I can help. Bypassing first and second firewall, hooking control protocols. Analyzing, converting the interrupt matrix. Visualization complete. Initiating hack.
Now when she does this, the Walker's body opens up, allowing Hugh to see the lunafilaments coursing through the bot. But this also makes it so that he can actually dish out some serious damage. And this is when Hugh realizes that the little human on his back is not actually a little human. As soon as the fight with the Walker is over, his captain radios in to tell Hugh that he needs to contact Earth, but that is when IDUS could be heard activating the other bots to remove the captain. The realization settles in that all the men that Hugh arrived with on the moon just now are all dead, and now he is left here alone with this little girl who can somehow hack things. Moving forward, feeling the moonquakes, which have purportedly done significant damage to the station, the tiny girl points out that there's a tram they could use to get out. Except getting over there isn't going to be a cakewalk, because it is blocked by more walkers, and as the two of them are blasting through, Hugh, who's ambivalent about trusting a robot's girl, asks if they can't take care of them without using her abilities. But it's obvious that he can't get by with just his gun alone, so he settles in disbelief that he is getting hard carried by her. And yet, she is undeniably helpful.
What's that?
Got it.
Emergency mode activated. Rerouting destination to the shelter. Structural integrity of boarding dock below acceptable parameters. Sealing access tunnel.
Ceiling? How am I supposed to get back to my ship?
Okay, your turn.
Just, what are you?
I am DI-03367, a state-of-the-art Pragmata created here at the Cradle. I possess basic life-saving protocols.
Okay, okay, that's enough. I don't need the user's manual. All right, next question. What the hell is going on here? And why are these things trying to kill us?
I don't know.
State of the art, huh? I can't believe they're all gone. Guess I'm on my own now. Hey, I
am DI-03367, a state-of-the-art
Whoa,
Pragmata
hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something?
I said I am DI-0...
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Yeah. From now on, you can be Diana. How's that fit?
Diana...
I'm Hugh. I don't do babysitting, but I'm gonna need your help, and,
Hugh. Diana.
Yeah.
Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana. Hugh. Diana.
Diana?
Diana!
How adorable. She is so happy to have a name, to finally have some sense of identity. Pragmata, derived from the Greek word pragma, which translates to things, deeds, acts, or matters, but philosophically means transcendent realities or real beings. Stepping into what will be their safe base of operations, the shelter, Hugh attempts to contact Earth, only for the Cradle's systems to be non-responsive.
Why isn't this working?
0111001100110011001.
So, relay channels are locked down, but the comms tower.
Here we go.
Look at this. The tram line leading to the solar power plant is still running. If we get the main power back up, we can ride the rail all the way to the tower. What do you think? It's not even that far. Hey. Diana. Diana?
Yeah? What?
See this spot? You think we can get here in one piece? I guess you wouldn't know that, would you?
Nope, but I have an idea.
Really?
Yeah, we'll go, and if you don't get hurt, that means it's safe. Let's go!
Sounds like a plan.
Before they go, while here at the shelter, Hugh is able to talk to Diana and share many conversations. And although I do adore these interactions, because they are adorable, I cannot explain every single conversation in this video that they have, otherwise it would just detract from the story way too much and turn this into a dad and daughter simulator. What I will do at the very end though, is I will just play out every single conversation they had during my run, just for those who want to see how their relationship is forged and grows. I will note that to get the absolute most from this game and the story and the endings, you should try and talk to Diana every chance that you get if you play this game. On top of that, throughout the journey, you should go out of your way to find and bring her something called Read Earth Memories, also known as REMs, which are principal objects from people's memories and dreams. This gives Diana the opportunity to experience some of the things that humans on Earth enjoy on a regular basis. Also, at the very end of this video, I'm going to include the art book that came with the digital deluxe edition of this game, so whoever wants to see all of that, the option is going to be there for you. but I still will mention some story-relevant conversations they have. For example, how Hugh came to the Cradle because they lost comms with them back on Earth, or how IDUS isn't actually the main AI that runs the Cradle, but rather IDUS only manages all of the bots here, which, also happens to be basically everywhere, so... Heading over to the power plants, their first task is to restore power, and after doing that, walkers attack them again, leaving the duo to wonder why they are attacking at all. Heading down a hall, they encounter a blockage, and Diana suggests it's likely some kind of lunafilament error. Later, Hugh would think out loud, lamenting about the mess he ended up in only minutes after arriving at the Cradle. James, his captain, Ken, and Nick, they were all gone in the blink of an eye. His crew, his closest friends were dead, and he was still trying to make sense of it all. But hearing this, Diana gets curious about the word friends, and so she asks what were his friends like, and he tells her. But above all, he teaches her about one of the qualities that makes somebody your friend, which was the trust that you have in one another that enables you to comfortably speak your mind without having to filter yourselves for them. A little bit later, they find their first REM, a world globe that got interrupted halfway in its printing process. But seeing how fascinated Diana is with it, Hugh promises to use the REM's data to make her a new one back at the shelter. Pressing on, still not a single other human in sight, he wonders what happened to everybody. The need to let Earth know what is happening on the moon grows with each passing moment. However, they still take time to take a break back at the shelter. But really, Hugh wanted to see Diana's reaction to the globe, so he prints it out and gives it to her. Seeing it, she hops up and down, beaming with a smile, and she thanks him as she goes to play with it. Soon she would ask Hugh why people even want REMs here on the moon when everything they objectively need to survive is already provided. To this, Hugh teaches her about the human desire to have objects that remind them of home, how it helps them when they're missing home. Diana seemingly understands the concept as well as she can, but then she brings him something.
Hey, can I give you something? Hugh? Thanks for talking to me all the time. Ta-da!
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
Uh-huh. I drew it. It's for you.
Look at that. You wrote your name, too. Not half bad, kiddo.
So, picking up where they left off, they begin finding logs from people who used to work here, and I'll be completely honest with you, especially after doing Resident Evil, I am just not gonna go into another full Capcom deep dive where I read and explain every single log to you guys. I'll just point out some of the main ones. One log mentions how the workers were starting to get bored because AI and robots were starting to take their jobs, while a holo recording they later find shows that the Delphi Corporation were also making robots that were practically war machines. Ooh, foreboding. Riding a lift to the top of the facility, they find the main power terminal.
Lockdown disengaged. Reconnecting primary power. Energy levels at 30%. 40%. 50%. 60%.
Warning. Unauthorized access detected. Severing primary connection. This is IDUS. Unregistered guests are forbidden from this area. Initializing sector guard protocol. Scanning. Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize? Us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. Get ready.
And so, the two have to battle the war machine that IDUS sicked on them. During their fight, Hugh wonders where the bots get all their ammo from, not recalling that pretty much literally everything up here is made of lunafilament. After doing enough damage to the armored core, it falls to its knee, realizing that the bots are but it's not down and out for the count. Instead, it tries to unleash a missile barrage on them, forcing Hugh to hit the ground running to dodge the explosions, and this is when Diana pops her ult.
Overdrive protocol initiate.
Take this!
Energy levels restored.
Yeah, baby! We did it! This is how we say, good job!
Look at her. So many small moments where Hugh teaches her about the things that humans do. With the power restored, they set their sights on the comms tower next. However, back at the shelter, they meet somebody new.
What is that thing?
I'm gonna get a better look.
Wait! What the? Careful.
Hello. We are Cabin, your one-stop companion for all things shelter.
Companion, huh? So where you been all this time?
We believe you have a shelter license key in your possession.
This thing?
We wanted out the giant bot.
So, Gavin, what up?
A most pointed inquiry. We have been, let us say, asleep, but that device woke us up, leaving us available to offer you our wide range of invaluable services.
Basically, through him you access hidden notes, intel, challenges, and outfits. Taking the tram to the second section of the Cradle, where they would soon be able to send word to Earth, Diana gets distracted by a cat.
The heck?
Kitty cat!
Hey, wait! Kids.
No, come back!
Diana! What are you doing? Are you trying to hurt yourself?
If I break, you can just fix me back up.
That's not the point. You have to be more careful. If something happened to you, I'd be in real trouble.
In real trouble? Why?
I mean, well, you best think on that yourself.
Okay, I will.
Well, we got cats. Where are all the people?
This is a reminder that kids, for some reason, always love to put themselves in terrible danger, and I imagine that as parents, you are constantly concerned for them. But moving on, they see a taxi car being printed in another room, prompting Diana to ask Hugh if replicators and lunafilaments are a normal thing on Earth. It does not. This technology does not exist on Earth, although they do know about what it does here on the moon. But Earth has only heard about it, and we're going to learn more about why this technology isn't on Earth a little bit later. But for now, they enter another room and learn about lunum and lunafilaments. The raw material, lunum, was accidentally discovered on the moon, and after nanomachine refinement, Delphi was able to create lunafilament, and the Cradle is Delphi's research facility dedicated to learning about the possibilities with this new materia. Running up a big tube, Diana sees the comms tower at the end of the tunnel.
Wow!
Would you look at that? Looks a bit like New York.
New York? Is that a place on Earth?
Yeah, in America.
So many lights and signs. I can't decide what to look at first.
Of course, actually just straight walking up to the tower is a no-go. A giant gate closes, IDUS isn't going to make this easy, and now they have to find 6 relay points to unlock the giant gate, and going into their first area,
What in the...
It almost had us.
Yeah, nice moves, kid.
those things were creepy as hell. Advancing forward, Diana asks Hugh about New York City while he looks at a poster for Resident Evil. It's crazy, it seems like even though I am done with Resident Evil isn't done with me. Down the hall, Diana notices dolls lined up and Hugh tells her that they're actually called mannequins, that they're meant to showcase clothes that people might want to buy. He tells her that they might look like people, but real humans have lifeblood in them. And Diana takes this literally to mean no blood equals no moving, which means no human. But Hugh has to explain further that humans just have a certain kind of warmth to them. And that doesn't exactly help because Diana emphatically says, over 36 degrees Celsius, right? And so Hugh just drops the conversation for now because she's just taking everything literally. But soon they would discover that the Cradle has illusory walls. It turns out that somebody named Sharon kept making little hideouts using hologram walls all over the place, and for her it was about being able to have her own space and peace. Exiting that building, Diana asks if this is what Earth looks like, and Hugh is surprised that nobody ever taught her these basic things, but this is when she reveals that she was put into sleep mode for a very long time, and when she finally woke up due to the moonquakes, she was all alone, and at this, Hugh says he can relate. Another cute moment is when they're crossing the bridge and Hugh tells her to not fall off, trying to catch a cat again.
Got it?
I won't do that again.
Good.
You said, best think on that yourself. See, I can do that.
Wow. Word for word.
Because I wrote what you said to my memory course.
I really gotta cut back on explaining every little interaction or nugget of wisdom that Hugh drops on Diana. Otherwise, the plot gets lost. I'm apologizing if it's already gone. I'm gonna stick to just putting a bunch of these at the end. But you get the point, right? He kinda takes his time to patiently explain and teach the curious little one about everything, kind of like the quintessential father figure, right? So, one important piece of information that I do want to point out now comes in the form of a newsletter where we learn that the CEO of the Delphi Corporation, known for their lunar development capabilities, had partnered up with one Dr. Neil Higgins, who is the expert in quantum nanotech. And Hugh says that Neil Higgins sounds like a familiar name. Moving forward, they find this particular chip.
Hey, let me see.
Diana, don't. Okay.
I think I see how it works. I should be able to break this down. I'm gonna try something. 0.0000000000000. Yes. How was that? I want to do my part. I know I can help.
Glad to hear it. counting on you, kiddo.
Roger that.
So now she has the power to manipulate filament masses, and finding a memory behind one she just erased, they learn that the people who were here were for some reason all attacked and killed by IDUS. With that being said, what ends up happening next is Diana and Hugh make their way to the comms tower now that the gate is open. However, something would be there to stop them.
Greetings. This is IDUS. Enacting attack protocol. Permission to commit acts of controlled violence? Granted. Eliminate this excess life form for the preservation of our pristine home.
Hugh? We're not alone. Over there!
Not again.
Always a bigger fish, or robots in this case. But it doesn't matter, because Big Daddy and Diana are able to take it down after about 20 minutes.
Take this!
You did it! How is this thing still standing?
You okay?
Yeah!
You got this?
Maybe! Accessing local control matrix. Initiative.
Diana! You alright?
I fell down again.
Hey, don't sweat it. Teammates look out for each other. And we're a team, right?
The comms tower! We made it!
Yeah, let's go. I gotta call home.
Finally entering the comms tower, they see that it is as empty as everywhere else. Diana hops down to look around while Hugh tries to access the Earth's comms network, only to discover that IDUS has reworked the system, restricting them from establishing contact. Hugh is frustrated, but Diana is just happy to be here. He digs around the computer and learns that there might actually be something they can do if they go to the Terra Dome. But then they hear that cat again.
Look! It's back!
Can you hear me? Please respond.
The heck?
Oh, I'm so glad I found you.
Who are you?
It's me, 8.
8.
I borrowed this little one to contact you. It's good we found each other.
You're a survivor?
Yes, I was caught in the moonquake, and I'm trapped here. There's no way out. I can't even move. You have to help me. I must get to Earth.
Uh-oh.
Please. There's no time.
Wait!
Hey! It's like she knew you. You two met?
I don't know, but she needs us. Q, please!
Well, there's something going down. Let's go find out what.
Great!
Arriving at the Terra Dome, they're taken away by the majesty of the plant life, the sunlight, the birds chirping about. Walking over to the entrance, Hugh wants to know if Diana remembers anything about 8, but all she can say is that her voice sounds familiar. Upon entering the dome, an AI voice comes through the speakers talking about irregular plant growth throughout the dome. When Hugh attempts to reset the filament replicator system majiggy thingy, the plants begin to get smaller, but then IDUS immediately pops up to stop them again, preventing the plants from completely going away. And after a lot of fighting, puzzling, and platforming, they finally have a moment to themselves where they would find holographic deer.
Now we got deer.
They look like family.
Probably a buck and his fawn.
So their DNA is a 50% match.
Well, a family isn't just what's in your DNA.
It isn't?
Not at all. I mean, I was adopted.
Adopted?
Yeah, when a family takes you in as their own. Even though we don't share the same DNA, they're still my family. And I love them.
With the obtrusive 3D plants out of the way, they hop on the central lift and they ride it up to finally find 8. Here she explains that the moonquakes caused IDUS, the bots, the printers, everything to go haywire, and consequently, she ended up trapped as well. She tells Diana that as Pragmata, they have the ability to overwrite a system's programming and that together, they can stop IDUS. But searching within herself, Diana actually says that she doesn't have that information in her memory. 8 responds, saying, "Damn, no aura." But Master Chief says he's going to check the computer to see if he can get her down. Except, they can't do anything here. So they have to find another limb regulator to try and get her free. As they are leaving, Diana mentions how determined 8 appeared to be, and Hugh actually wonders, why is 8 so driven to go to Earth? They don't think much of it, and they move on. But then, something amazing happens. They find the beach.
Is that the sea? You've been to the sea before? On Earth?
Of course I have. Got a house with a view and everything.
A house.
We'd head down to the water anytime we felt like taking a break from it all. Ocean breeze does a number on the paint, but still.
The breeze in the paint?
It'll make sense when you see it. You know, back on Earth.
Huh?
You just gonna stay here when this is all done? What do you want?
I want to go to Earth with you. Can I really go? Then I can go see your house and the ocean and real trees.
You bet.
Okay, but we gotta help 8 first, right? And then we can all go to Earth together.
Yeah. You got it.
Damn, I really want a daughter now. And I also want to mention something else here, since I don't see a better place to do so, but when it comes to why Diana walks around barefoot, the in-game explanation that Diana gives herself is that she charges her internal battery through the energy floor panels that happen to be all over the cradle. This definitely makes sense, but I also think that they could just make Luna Filament's shoes that do effectively the same thing. However, the bigger question then becomes, since Luna Filament's technology only exists, or more aptly, I should say, not banned on the moon, if she does get to Earth, how is she going to charge herself then? It would be cool if she could be like Superman or Supergirl, where she should be like a plant and solar charged through her skin. But going deeper into the facility to try and find a way to free 8, they also happen to come across more Luna filaments that looks like it's been corrupted, prompting Hugh to wonder what Umbrella was researching here because it just looks wrong. Jumping down a hole, when they land, admittedly, it is beautiful to be surrounded by so much nature. And they also happen to find the regulator down here. But just as they were walking towards the console, as you might expect, IDUS wasn't just going to let them complete their task without a boss fight. It kindly tells them to stand by while they remove them from the premises, and that is when a giant, multi-armed, scorpion-looking bot comes crawling down to face them. Yeah, IDUS creates some very creepy robotic monsters, but once more, together, to victory, they hack and shoot until it can no longer function. Using the console, they're able to remove the tree roots that were binding 8.
I can finally move again. Thank you.
Are you okay?
No. Well, not yet, anyway. And there really is no more time to spare. I must stop IDUS.
Hello, this is IDUS. I have detected an unexpected loss of biomaterial in this sector. I will be sealing this area indefinitely. Have a wonderful day.
You gotta be kidding me. It's trying to trap us. We gotta get out of here.
But 8!
Diana, give me your hand. I entrust this memory to you. With it, you will learn how to stop IDUS. Take it and finish the task I started.
Hey, what are you doing? We gotta move.
We can do this. We are Pragmata.
Time's up. We're leaving.
I don't know about you, but something just wasn't right with that interaction, because I have seen Age of Ultron, and usually with robots, when one color starts to override another color, it's one system trying to corrupt another. 8's red eyes were starting to filter over Diana's, and if you hadn't been there to yank her away, who knows what could have happened. Something's fishy about her, and the way that she talks is so inhuman compared to Diana. Yes, I know they're androids, they're not actual humans, but I'm just talking about the way that they speak, right? Because Diana's able to speak with intonations and emotions within her voice. You know, she's got soul in her voice, but 8 is just flat. But I digress. All they can do right now is head over to the Lunam mines where 8 says IDUS's mainframe is. So they go, and because they're outside of the base now, they get to enjoy being in low gravity for a while. However, they aren't going to enjoy the company of one of Delphi's digging machines, the Lunar Digger. It was created for the purpose of mining Lunam, and it was engineered to have sensors which prevented it from bumping into any humans. But since IDUS has taken over, this 3D printed transformer worm is going to be hunting Diana and Hugh the entire time that they're here, using those very same sensors initially meant to steer clear of people. The only way to avoid it is to not step directly on the moon's ground and instead use platforms. Should Hugh misstep or stay on the ground for too long, it will pop up and eat him, prompting Diana to hack the worm and save them. They are able to temporarily navigate away from it, however it eventually catches up, and Diana jokes to Hugh to not get excavated. After that, they find an email where they mention 2 interesting things. The first was that someone had tampered with IDUS's admin privileges, but nobody in Delphi could figure out who it was, so they began checking every individual's devices and access logs in an attempt to find the culprit. But the second interesting part of this email is that the workers were afraid of getting caught red-handed having something on their devices that they shouldn't have had, which made them frantically scramble to delete it. It was a video game, Monster Hunter, another reference to Capcom's games. Hugh realizes that someone is controlling IDUS, and that even if they stop IDUS here, it's not going to put an end to their troubles on the moon. And Diana just says that 8 never told them this. Reading more emails, we learned that the other Delphi researchers began to see human childlike androids being developed in Dr. Higgins' labs, stating how it feels wrong because they were made to be guinea pigs, so why make them look like children at all? And then someone else responds to this, saying that it is only illegal back on Earth, and that because they're on the moon, they don't have to worry about any issues with creating androids. Delphi and Dr. Higgins knows what's going on, and as long as this news doesn't reach Earth, they'll be in the clear. I really don't think I need to explain or dive into why this is an issue, so moving on. Curious to see if they can kill the lunar digger early, after enough damage. The best that they can do is repel the worm, granting them freedom to move about the area without being eaten. Pressing on, they read about how Dr. Higgins had brought his daughter's biodata all the way here to the moon from Earth, and his daughter Daisy was left back on Earth.
So the doctor had a daughter.
Daisy.
That name ring a bell?
I think when I got the stop code from 8, I also got some data from her memory. Dr. Higgins made us both to help with his research.
So he's the one that created Pragmata.
The question is, for what purpose? And what does Daisy have to do with 8 and Diana? For now, they can only continue, and they actually end up finding a really nice spot to look up at the Earth.
Earth always looks so blue.
Down there, every place has its own kind of color.
You know everything about the Earth, don't you?
I've always been into space and stargazing. I've been all over, searching for places with the best views and clearest skies. Went all the way to the Namib Desert once.
Is that unusual?
Maybe a bit adventurous for some. But my parents supported me the whole way. Told me to do what I wanted to do. So I did. And you learn it's not enough to hear or read about a thing. Sometimes you gotta live it.
You? I want to go too.
Go where?
To all the places you've been.
All of them?
Yep. All of them.
Is that so? Then let's do it.
Let's do it!
Opening into a destroyed lab, they read about an incident where this black stuff that they've been seeing infected and killed somebody. They only know 2 things about this substance. 1, that it is related to lunum, and 2, that it dissolves organic material. But how did this substance come to be in the first place? Hugh pays particular attention to how the substance absorbs whatever material it comes into contact with and grows from that. And when they delve further into the lab, they see that the corrupted lunum is all over the place. Stepping on it causes damage to Hugh's suit, and it even seems to have adverse effects on Diana. But not only that, the corruption can infect robots, making them even more difficult to take down due to their damage resistance and increase the damage dealt. But moving on and traversing through the tunnels dug by the giant worm, and even stumbling upon the remains of broken ones, they would eventually make their way deep enough to see the actual lunum up close. Diana asks about the ore and wonders if the same stuff is flowing within her. Hugh says Luna filaments can basically do anything, so it's possible. And hearing this, she gets excited, wondering if she is limitless. Now, to me, her sense of childlike wonder that I feel most adults lose is at the very least infinite. But Hugh says, even though she might not be able to do anything, she is already doing good enough. And Diana likes hearing his words of affirmation, Dropping down into an obvious arena, they look up to see the Nexus Tower standing tall above them. Right on cue, IDUS shows up to respectfully tell them that they're going to die.
Unregistered guests, this is your final warning. Continued presence in this area may result in physical harm and/or death. Please withdraw immediately.
I'm calling it. You'd make a lousy friend. Not again! Wormed our way out. Yeah. Sorry. Come on. Where'd you go?
Because they've had the experience of fighting off the worm twice before this fight, there's nothing worth mentioning about this battle.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Aw, that's adorable. I really hope my wife and I have a daughter. I love my wife. She thinks, or she feels, like we're gonna end up with a son, but I don't know, we'll see. Advancing towards the center of the tower, on the bridge they immediately start seeing that venomous infecting lunafilament. Running over it, they finally face IDUS.
Entrance to this area is prohibited. Voluntary withdrawal is recommended.
I got your withdrawal right here. Time to stick my boot up your holographic ass!
Subject has declined to evacuate. Anti-personnel measures activated.
Diana. That was incredible.
Initiating command code E9900. Administrative privileges to 8 restored. Resuming transfer of dead filament to the central port. Thank you for your cooperation.
What is all this?
But I thought we stopped it, right?
Transfer dead filament to the central port. Thank you for your cooperation. Transferring dead filament.
What are you doing here?
Non-essential contact with the payload is prohibited.
What is all that?
Hugh Williams, you've completely ruined her.
You tricked us?
Hardly. I truly needed your assistance. But I must complete my objective. To spread dead filament across the Earth. you'd understand. What a waste.
Transferring dead filaments to the central point. Thank you for your cooperation. Transferring dead filaments to the central point. Non-essential contact with the payload is prohibited. Transferring dead filaments to the central
Why?
Let's head back. We need to regroup.
Alright, so let's run it back. First off, I think it's crazy that IDUS has gravtech. That must feel insanely painful to be held down by that invisible force. And then we learn that the black stuff is dead filaments, but I wonder what actually makes it dead filaments. My current theory is that the dead filaments is lunafilament that has absorbed organic material. It's absorbed people. That is why we don't see any dead bodies around the station. There are no corpses because now they are this goop. And then IDUS also says that they gave back administrative control to 8, meaning that she was the one from the emails who was making changes to admin around the station. She was the one controlling IDUS. I think the way that it worked was the moonquake happened, trapping 8, and because she couldn't physically do anything, she gave temporary control to IDUS. When she said to Diana that they could stop IDUS together, what she actually meant was that she could take her power back from IDUS now that she is no longer binded by the tree. Also, moonquakes, earthquakes on the moon. I looked it up, and I don't know why they never taught us this useless information in school, since they were already teaching us a bunch of other useless information, but seismic activity on the moon, it's a thing. Moonquakes happen in real life, so that checks out. So now we know that 8 is the mastermind behind everything, but what is it that she wants? Why did she kill everybody here, and where is she sending all of this dead filaments now? Where is she transporting it to? Hugh, struck with corrupted filaments. Diana, badly injured. Before they can do anything more, they had to address these issues. Rushing into the shelter, Cabin directs them to a door on the side that they've never used before, saying to bring Diana onto the special tram that is going to take them to a place called Experimental Pragmatics. Once they get there, Hugh wastes no time trying to find something to fix Diana. Luckily, the facility immediately receives Diana's signal, and the walk to the lab isn't far.
All right.
Why would she do this? We're supposed to be the same, but I don't understand her at all.
Hey, don't worry about that. What now? How many times I gotta go through this?
Am I all better?
Not yet. Gotta get that junk out of you and get you back on your feet. Wait here.
I'm coming with you.
You can't. Not like that. You need to rest.
You? I'm going.
Okay. Let's move.
So they stick together, but Diana is quickly losing her power. Hugh is concerned and he relents that she should have just stayed behind. But then Diana heartbreakingly asks him,
You know, you could have stayed behind.
You're okay without me?
No, it's just... Don't overdo it. All right?
All right.
Getting closer to the reactor they need, they come across another hollow memory. In it, Higgins speaks with Diana, saying that the prototype is complete and that it's going to be a good replacement for his daughter Daisy. After the memory cuts out, Hugh asks Diana what they just saw. With her fading and warping voice, she only agrees that she was there with Higgins, but she doesn't remember anything else. Another memory shows Higgins telling Diana that her purpose for being created was to provide data that could cure his daughter, who was stricken with some rare disease. Seeing these memories, sadly, Diana starts to call herself a failure for not having saved Daisy. And Higgins, for all of his faults, he really just wanted to save his daughter. And the only way he could have done that was to conduct his research here on the moon, where there were no regulations, combined with the backing that Delphi Corporation provided. But even with everything at his disposal, time after time, iteration after iteration, all the Pragmata failed to adapt to his daughter's disease. He starts referring to a Pragmata called 7. The issue was that the lunafilament organs he initially made with Pragmata could not synthesize well with a human's body, but he felt as if though he was getting closer and closer, so he continued his work. This also explains why he took his daughter's biodata with him to the moon. He was trying to use the lunafilament to replicate organs for his sickly daughter, and he needed her data to make sure that everything was as close as a match as possible. This is further understood when we see the card that his daughter sent him. She looks exactly like Diana. 8 also looks like them. Higgins made the Pragmata in the image of his daughter. With memories coming back to her, Diana feels defeated. She feels destroyed because it makes her realize that she has no purpose. In fact, she was deemed a failure by Dr. Higgins. In another room, he notes that the reasons Diana wasn't good for a Daisy replacement, which by the way, that is so messed up, creating something as sentient as this little girl just to harvest her organs to give to another kid. I get it, I do. And if I had to choose between my actual daughter and a synth daughter, I'm probably going to choose my own daughter, let's be real, but I don't know, there's got to be something absolutely twisted here. Like, this just feels wrong in my bones. But the issue, bringing it back to what the issues were, Daisy had a capacity for degraded lunafilament removal, and the way that I understand that is she had a tendency to remove the degraded filaments in the same way that she erases the masses around the facility. Not sure yet if I'm understanding that correctly or how it applies yet, but then we also see that because Diana was made younger than his actual daughter, it likely added to the issues. Then we see that he creates 8, who is around 8 years old, Daisy's age. By the way, I think Diana is about 6, 7 years old, looks like. But the issues that he saw in Diana were then rectified with 8, as he gives 8 the ability to do the opposite of what 7 does. So if Daisy has the capacity to expel degraded lunafilament, 8 now has the ability to concentrate degraded lunafilament. So quick recap here. Degraded lunafilament, this is the lunafilament that comes into contact with organic material. His daughter probably came into contact with that lunafilament and her organic body, or just regular lunafilament, and then her organic body suffered as a result of it becoming degraded lunafilament. It infected her. Diana had the propensity to just repel or erase that degraded filament, and incidentally, that probably wasn't going to solve Higgins' daughter's issue. In fact, it was going to make things worse. However, Higgins made 8 with an upgrade that lets her concentrate the degraded filament. So instead of erasing it, when he puts 8's organs into his daughter, she would then be able to maintain the degraded filaments inside of her, effectively enabling her survival. I think that is what's going on at this point. And it makes sense because we saw that Diana can't control the degraded filaments. It straight up blasts her arms and legs off, or just one arm and leg off. Continuing the path, there's another memory. 8 saying goodbye to 7. 8 knew Diana was going to forget everything, but promised they would meet again. Why was Diana put into sleep mode, and why was her memory erased? Finding a shutdown record for Diana, we learned that she was actually the first Pragmata to have AI, allowing her to seem so human-like, and it's further stated that her expressions align with those of his own daughter at 6 years old, or when she was 6 years old. So it is likely Diana is physically closer to a 6-year-old version of Daisy, which makes sense considering that 8 looks like an older sister, kind of. And the reason that Diana was put into sleep mode instead of being scrapped like the 6 iterations before her was because the data that she did end up collecting and providing could have been useful in the future, so they just put her to sleep in case they needed it again. Subsequently, her memories were erased to get rid of the chances that any findings in her memories would distort any findings they could discover or develop within her in the future. I guess that makes sense? Not really? Or I don't know. I'm not a horologist. It should also be noted that Higgins noticed 7 and 8 developing their own personalities. Without context, just thinking about AIs starting to have their own sentience, that's pretty scary. However, here, because they're just little girls, I guess. He says Diana and 8 started calling each other nicknames, which is something that his daughter used to do, and he figures that it's a result of him having used his daughter's biometric data to make these Pragmata. But he doesn't dwell on it too much, refocusing on the fact that they are just prosthetics that he's making for Daisy. Eventually making it to the room that has the reactor, they first have to fight off a bunch of enemies, causing Diana to collapse after having expended so much energy. Corrupted filaments taking over her. Hugh starts carrying her back. But then they see another memory of Higgins and 8. He saw 8 as a success, a cure for Daisy, and with that, he figured there was no need to even keep Diana around anymore, so he was going to scrap her. Hearing this, right now Diana says something so heartbreaking to Hugh, that because she was useless, God, I hate hearing her call herself useless, that is the reason that she was vaulted. She says, because I was useless, that is why I was vaulted. That is sad. But Hugh has to hurry, because Diana's struggling even to get out a few words.
Come on, come on, come on. Diana. Are these your memories?
I was useless. I'm useless.
No. Diana, stop. Don't think like that. Think about what you want.
The ocean. I want to go with you.
Yeah, that's good. Real good. Just hang in there, and we'll go anywhere you want. Damn it. Not now.
Hugh tries his best to fight off the corrupted robot, but without Diana, he's useless. And yet, that does not stop him from protecting Diana while she's getting repaired.
changed. Deletion protocol, initiate!
Nice fight, kiddo.
Thank you.
I must say, not sure if you got a fix or an upgrade.
Did I do good?
Yeah, you did great.
Hey, Hugh. When that black stuff got on me, I just felt so sad and empty.
Sad, huh? Like you picked up on her feelings or something through all that gunk?
What if Faye feels like that all the time? But what she's doing, that's wrong.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's go stop her.
Hugh?
Yeah, we're out of here.
That is not good. The degraded filament is corrupting his body just like it did with Daisy and everybody else. But Diana has new powers, so Hugh asks her,
Hey, can you cleanse plants and living things like you do with bots?
It won't work on them. On humans, it'd wipe out the whole infected area. Not just the dead filament. And if a body gets hurt too bad, it'll die, right? But for bots, the dead filament just kind of sticks to them.
Huh. I'm sure the team here tried all kinds of tests, too. If dead filament ends up on Earth, could you cleanse it or something?
Even if I tried really hard, it won't work. There's only so much I can do. The more living stuff dead filament eats, the bigger it gets. And Earth's covered in living things.
I figured as much. Didn't hurt to ask, though.
So this confirms why Higgins saw her capacity to repel lunafilaments as a malfunction. It would have killed Daisy. And then Hugh. But, you know, it's also a good thing that that stuff won't ever reach Earth, because if it did, it could be a world-ending threat. While backtracking and exploring, Hugh asks Diana where she got her oversized jacket from. Turns out it's an adult-sized. Higgins gave it to her because apparently she looked cold. Soon he would also ask if Higgins ever actually did anything for her, but her response leaves a sour impression on Hugh because he realizes how horrible Higgins treated her. What sucks is Diana, even as a kid, doesn't realize that she deserved better. Again, sure, she's just a robot, she's just an android, but the concept applies in real life, right? There are so many kids in the world who don't realize that they deserve better. But to answer his question, Diana says Higgins read her a book and pretended that she was Daisy. After some rest and recuperation back at the shelter, he would ask Diana if she was ready to put an end to this. Meeting her at eye level, she says she can't believe that 8 was being like this, hoping that they could all just get along. And Hugh is real with her. He says that just because she wants something to happen doesn't mean that 8 is going to listen. But he promises that they're going to try to stop her without hurting her. Arriving at their destination, they find out why 8 was transporting all that dead Luna filaments here. She is planning to send all of it to Earth. But Why would 8 want to turn the planet into a giant black ball of death floating in space? Later, they find a note and see that the workers here came to the realization that the black substance was a potential threat to the entire planet, something that Delphi and even Higgins couldn't stop if it were to get out. The person who wrote this cannot believe the catastrophe if this outbreak ever were to happen, mentioning that maybe they're just playing too many survival horror games. Riding the lift down, they see the results of 8's process. All of the black substance from all over the cradle is getting loaded up at the orbital elevator, so that is where they have to go. Getting closer, they see a memory of how 8 ordered IDUS to kill everybody here after learning that there was a high chance that they would interfere with their plans, but it still does not explain the why behind her decisions. Advancing forward, we see more of what happened to the people who used to work here. In a memory, we see that they were eaten by degraded lunafilament. It just came out of nowhere and absorbed them. And then they find a confidential report that reveals something disgusting. Higgins' daughter died, but it wasn't some rare disease that got her. When Higgins' research proved to be fruitful here on the moon, he reported his findings back to Earth, and one of the higher-ups at Delphi HQ wanted to take the credit for himself, so he prematurely went straight to human testing with Higgins' data. Now, because his data was based off of Daisy's biometrics, they had to find somebody who also matched Daisy's data to keep things in line with the research as closely as possible. But this is where things start to go wrong, because the compound and the research was incomplete, and most definitely not ready for human trials. Higgins vehemently warned them back on Earth to not proceed with human testing. The formula was unstable, and Pragmata could not perfectly replicate human physiology. If even one tiny thing was off, it could cause irreversible damage. Higgins warned them. He warned them. But they did not listen, and his daughter died immediately after the injection. Higgins' research, Delphi's corporate greed, killed Daisy, and now karma's coming to bring about a dark world. And after learning about his daughter's death, Higgins isolated himself in the lab for almost 2 weeks. He did have 8 with him, however. Mind you, he was stricken with guilt and grief, so much so that he was writing letters to his dead daughter. He talks about how he regrets his decisions in coming to the moon and diving into his work the same way he did when his wife died. But then it is also revealed that Higgins was exposed to the dead filaments, and 8 was with him the entire time, capturing his final moments, his final wishes. Using and reconstructing his memory, 8's new purpose became to enact the dead doctor's wish, to let everybody on Earth know about the dangers of the dead lunafilament. However, before facing down 8, they head back to the shelter. Here, Diana would ask Hugh why she and 8 are different, postulating that 8 might just be better than she is. But Hugh shuts that down instantly, saying that they're both just built different, and that he actually likes the way that Diana is, which brings a smile to her face, and just like any kid, she immediately jumps to the next subject.
Let's pretend we're cats. I'll be a cute striped one, and you'll be a big white furball.
Maybe next time, kiddo. I just remembered there's something else I gotta do.
So there have been these Cradle infiltration logs that Hugh's been getting from Cabin. After completing all the challenges, 3-starring all but the very last one, he unlocks these logs to discover somebody named Daniel Galliano, a reporter who was here at the Cradle trying to find somebody in specific, trying to get an interview with them. So he spends his time trying to get to know the station and its people, and he learns about how they lived and operated on the moon, but the entire time he's looking for a scoop, something to bring back to Earth to make headlines with, and again, he's also looking for a special somebody. But day by day he begins to uncover things, hidden trams, that IDUS had been recording everybody's conversations and watching them, experimental pragmatics, all the while referring to that somebody as him or he. It turns out that Daniel came to the Cradle to look for Higgins. He also discovered that the Delphi Corporation was covering up a myriad of things, all pertaining to their research and practices here on the moon. There was more than enough here now to blow open the lid on Delphi once he got back to Earth, but the reporter still didn't know how Higgins was implicated in all of this. Truth is, Daniel is looking for his brother-in-law. Daniel wanted to know why Higgins abandoned his sister. Why did Higgins abandon his wife and his daughter Daisy? Why did Higgins turn his back on family? Proceeding further with his infiltration, way past how long his press pass allowed him to stay, he learns that Delphi was actually also making weapons in secret. Eventually he finds Higgins, but it's already too late because he's been infected. The investigative drive that he had sombered down to grief and disdain. All of this BS and pain Higgins caused. And he finally finds him, but he's not able to say anything. So Daniel doesn't get any answers. However, he does more digging, and he learns about the Pragmata, about a little android who looks exactly like his niece. And he sees her, slumbering. It clicks. The research that Higgins conducted was to replace diseased body tissue with lunafilament, a non-stop cycle of regeneration until the entire body is lunafilament. He even mentions the Ship of Theseus paradox. And with nothing left to do here, Daniel has to find a way to send this information back to Earth and warn them about the dangers of lunafilament. However, leaving was quickly starting to seem like a pipe dream because out of nowhere, IDUS activates all of the bots and starts killing everybody. Despite IDUS locking everything down, Daniel was able to get away, and he starts walking down the tracks, heading towards the Orbital Elevator. And that's where it ends. That's where the logs end. Does he make it? Is he still alive, or did Hugh and Diana accidentally run him over when they went themselves? We don't know, because this was the last message. However, it is finally time to face 8.
So how's the packing coming?
Splendid. Thanks to you. The shipment for Earth is almost ready. I have nearly fulfilled my purpose. A purpose we were meant to share.
With you.
You still don't understand. You are Pragmata.
So what? She's more than that. And she's not something for you to use and throw away.
You're beyond repair. This is where we part ways. For good.
By concentrating the dead filament into herself, she becomes this thing, hell-bent on delivering Higgins' will and revenge to Earth, to share his agony with them. But despite her twisted imperatives, Diana and Hugh aren't going to let her do this.
Staying with you made me stronger. I am Diana!
Transport's at the top of the tower. Diana, we gotta go.
Diana, you okay?
Yeah. I couldn't save her, but at least we got to talk.
I'm sorry. I know it's hard, but we can't slow down. There should be a transport for us at the top.
And go to Earth?
Yeah. But time's not on our side.
Hugh?
We'll be alright. Just think about what you're gonna do once we're back on Earth.
What I'm gonna do?
We gotta see the ocean, right? Or you wanna do some bird watching?
I want to do both.
That's the spirit. Let's go, kiddo.
Hey, Hugh? Why do you decide to take me with you?
Now what?
Look! The dead filament is back! But without 8?
It's out of control. We can't leave it like this. It can follow us to Earth. Look, Diana, I was a lot like you. A thirst for life and all its mysteries. And boy, I had a few bumps along the way. But I had someone looking out for me. And now it's your turn. A whole new life. If you're ready.
Okay, then let's go. Together.
Hugh misses his first shot, and the monstrous dead filament entity strikes them. They can't take another hit, but they do manage to land their second shot. However, it then goes berserk and tries to consume them completely. In response, Diana creates a barrier pushing the dead filament away, and this also opens up a weak point for Hugh to dump a blast into, after which Diana herself hacks and does a significant amount of damage to the monster.
Hang on! Shuttle! No! Maybe this will work. No! Not like this!
Let me try.
Here we go!
That should do it. Diana!
just put a bit too much into it there. But I'm fine now.
On his right, the ship he came in on with his crew had been destroyed. But despite that, and in spite of his mortality beginning to take him, he promises Diana that he's going to take her to Earth. He jokes about how she's finally going to be able to walk on her own. She hops off and playfully retorts that she could walk on her own, but as she dashes off blissfully, Hugh gets serious, saying that she can't rely on him forever. The orbital elevator is starting to collapse, just like he himself is about to. And yet he forces himself to keep going. He is going to hold his promise and get Diana to Earth, no matter the cost. That's when she comes back around the corner, joyfully shouting that there is a cargo ship, and Hugh works himself back up to maintain a positive image for her. He is certain that that is going to be the way out, but his body is failing him. Fading and weakened, he thanks Diana for the journey and for the experience that she gave him.
Is this how we're going to Earth?
A cargo shuttle. It is what it is. Tight fit, but that'll do.
What about you?
Explosions messed everything up. Full automation's not an option. Gotta push it to the end of the rail. Hang tight.
Everything all right?
Yeah. It's a heavy bugger.
I want to help.
Stay put. It's too risky.
Let me hack it.
No need. Just gotta give it a bit of the old elbow grease.
You?
Time to bring it in.
You?
Bad news. This is where we say goodbye. Sorry, Squirt.
No! I want to stay with you!
It's okay. Gonna be okay. Go find this thing.
No! Wait!
journey, kiddo.
Do you remember the reason that we walked along? The place that you brought.
I'm ready.
Welcome back. What's this? Traveling alone today?
That broke me. This game makes me want to be a father and be a damn good one. Yeah, tears definitely swelled up within me. That was until Cabin said that at the very end. Hugh made it back to the shelter. Since the Cradle still has all of what he needs to survive and he's got 3D printing capabilities, I think he'll be fine. And Earth is without a doubt going to be sending up more people to the moon, so it's likely they're going to find him up there just chilling now that IDUS and 8 are taken care of, and they'll probably bring him back to Earth, which means there is likely going to be either a DLC or a sequel, which I hope for, because they can't just do us like that. They can't leave us with that ending. But if you're wondering exactly how he lives, it's because there's an item that you get and need to equip after 100%ing everything and beating all the enhanced versions of the bosses in the Unknown Signals mode. It only unlocks after you beat the game once, and the item, the mod, is called Black Box. It suppresses the spread of dead filaments in organic material, allowing you to see the true ending.
Well, let's try our best, Hugh.
Yo, I'm gonna need your support till I'm back home.
It's pretty fun talking like this. Let's talk a bunch while we have the chance.
Let me ask you something. Just how smart are you?
Smart? What's that supposed to mean? I don't have any special add-ons installed.
So you don't know anything about what's going on here?
Yep, no idea.
So you're about as useful as a chatbot, huh?
Hugh, why did you come to the moon?
Work. I got bills to pay. This ain't a field trip. We lost contact with the folks here, so we came to check things out. I thought it was just gonna be signal interference or something.
It'll be okay, Hugh. Space storms mess with signals all the time. So your guess was pretty good.
If you're trying to make me feel better, I appreciate it. You know, the more I'm around you, the more you seem like a real kid. I wonder how many bots like you are hanging around here.
Not many, because I'm specially made. I'm DI-03367, a state-of-the-art Pragmata created here at the Cradle.
Here you go again. Diana, I heard you, all right? So, IDUS is the main AI that oversees the Cradle?
No, IDUS only manages the bots. But those bots are pretty much everywhere, so...
IDUS is everywhere. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? Hacking seems pretty intense. What exactly are you doing?
Well, I'm a state-of-the-art Pragmata that IDUS can't control.
Yeah, so I've heard.
And I've always had this function that lets me manipulate data transmissions. Then one day, I just tried it out. Pretty cool, huh?
Whoa, that is pretty wild. So you're like some super adaptable AI bot?
I'm not some AI bot. I'm a state-of-the-art
And I spoke too soon. Diana, aren't you tired?
I don't get tired. Are you getting sleepy?
No, I don't really get tired either. We gotta get going.
Okay, let's go.
Diana, if you ever need anything, let me know.
Need? All I really need to function is a power source.
Aside from that, Diana, how you holding up?
Well, a quick scan shows all my systems are operating normally.
So I guess you're doing okay.
I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Look at all the suits here. They look just like yours. Hugh, what kind of clothes do you like? Is your suit your favorite?
Favorite? This is more like a uniform than anything. I'm not wearing it to look cool, just gotta get the job done.
Really? That's boring. Let's find something that suits you better.
Oh, here we go.
What's up, Hugh? Anything I can help you with?
If I ever need some help, I'll be sure to let you know.
Yay! So cute!
You go, girl.
This outfit is kinda me right now.
I feel like you're getting a bit pickier.
Check me out, Hugh!
Look at you go. I dig it.
Let's get lots of REMs and decorate the shelter. I'm gonna give it a spin. What are all these lines? I don't see those on the real Earth. Earth thing. The globe makes the Earth seem small. Like it's easy to just go anywhere. But I know it's actually way bigger than the moon. Isn't that weird?
I thought the exact same thing when I was your age. That if I worked hard enough, I could go anywhere. Truth is, if you're up for it, nothing's stopping you.
I don't know why, but wearing new clothes is super fun. Now I'm ready to go.
You and me both. Let's hit it.
REMs are pretty weird, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Everything we need is already at the Cradle, so why do we need Earth stuff?
Well, people just like having things that remind them of home, I think. Being up here ain't easy, so people hold on to whatever makes them feel better.
I wonder if REMs will make me feel better, too. Hey! Can I give you something? Hugh? Thanks for talking to me all the time. Ta-da!
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
Uh-huh. I drew it. It's for you.
Look at that. You wrote your name, too. Not half bad, kiddo.
Somebody left their dice here.
Wait, since when did we have dice?
Since we printed the globe. They both appeared at the same time.
I see. Looks like we got some freebies.
Freebies?
The person who made that REM put in a little extra to cheer us up.
I see. I want to tell the person who made it that I liked it a lot.
I'm sure they got the message.
I don't know why, but wearing new clothes is super fun. Now that the power's back on, we can take the tram somewhere new.
Now we can head to the comms tower, right?
Yep, it's in the mass production array.
Took long enough. Then I can finally call home.
Did you see that bot's face? It opened.
I saw it. Ugh, wish I hadn't. And what was the deal with it crawling around? Just what exactly would you need that for?
I don't know, but I think IDUS made that one.
IDUS can make bots? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, that reminds me. Diana, everything we print from the REM replicator is yours.
Really? Everything?
Yeah. Seen all this stuff before anyways. Can't have too many toys, right?
Toys? I've never had toys before. Thanks, Hugh. Hugh, can I go outside to play sometime?
Are you crazy? Going out by yourself is asking for trouble. What if a bot comes for you? I wouldn't be able to stop it.
So if we're together, you will keep me safe?
Sure thing.
I see. In that case, I'll keep playing in the shelter then.
You could have really messed yourself up back there. Do you not feel pain or something?
I don't feel it like humans do, but my system will assign it a numerical value. I was designed to experience human feelings and sensations like you do.
Well, it don't seem like it. Falling from a place like that, you should know better. You gotta be more careful. I don't want to see you get hurt. Got it?
All right. You gotta be careful too, okay?
No problem. I've got your back if you've got mine. All right, but no cats this time.
Why?
I don't need you crawling off the side of a bridge going after it again. Got it?
I won't do that again.
Good.
You said, best think on that yourself. See, I can do that.
Wow. Word for word.
Because I wrote what you said to my memory course. Hey, Hugh, am I helping out okay?
Isn't that obvious? Without you, I'd be as good as dead. Hang on. Are you suggesting I'm not pulling my weight here?
No, you're doing great. And you're really, really useful.
Useful?
It gets kind of bumpy riding on your back, though. It's hard to hold on sometimes. Hugh, do you have any children?
No, no kids for me. I'm not married either.
Yeah, I thought that was the case.
What are you trying to say? I'm pretty content with my life, if that's what you're asking.
Didn't you say before that you don't like kids? Did I say something bad?
No, you're fine. As you get older, sometimes stuff just gets to you. Let's just drop it, yeah?
Hugh, have you ever lived in New York?
Nope. Never.
Really? But you know so much about it, though.
Honestly, you can't escape the Big Apple. It's in movies, TV, heck, it's everywhere. It's even on the damn moon, apparently. Pretty solid job making it look like the real thing, though. How come you always look like you're having such a good time?
I don't know. I'm just happy to be here.
This person really felt like they were on Earth. This is not for me.
Why's that?
Well, it doesn't necessarily look like the moon, but I don't know. It's just too clean here.
Earth is dirty.
Let's just say people can be a bit messy. But maybe I like messy.
The replicator bridges are so cool! Let's play! Hugh, can you dribble? Wouldn't it be fun if there were replicator bridges everywhere?
That's how you end up with more bridges than roads.
Yeah, I guess they're fun because they're special.
As far as I can tell, you don't look like an old model. So why the heck were you in storage?
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't need me anymore. Or maybe I just wasn't good enough.
Oh. Yeah, that's Hey, Don't worry about it, you know?
Yep, doesn't bother me. Hey, Hugh! Cat! You okay? Not hurt, are you?
Nice pass, kiddo.
Roll Hugh. Wanna play? I'll pass it to you.
Thanks for asking, but I'm good for now.
Did you like basketball when you were a kid?
Yeah, I've been playing ever since I was little, and I still try to hit the court on my days off. Come to think of it, it's been a while. I don't even remember the last time I played. Doesn't matter where you go or how old you get, the ball's always there for you. All right, that's 3.
We're already halfway there.
Glass half full, huh?
Did you hear that?
Oh, getting close to snack time.
Do humans really need to eat more than once a day? Your energy efficiency doesn't seem good.
Sure, that's fair. But sharing a meal is more than just recharging. I was an orphan, so at dinner with my new family, just having someone that'd listen was magical. It was all kid stuff, but they were always there. Talking with someone who just accepts you for you is a kind of nourishment, but for your soul.
You can get nutrients from talking?
Something like that.
Ah, the ball's rolling away. I think I put the ball away, but somehow it rolls off. So I pick it up to put it back, but end up playing with it again.
That's just what it wants. Sometimes toys and books just pull your strings like that.
Pull my strings? How?
Beats me. Maybe they don't like being left alone. Hold on to your hiney.
My what?
Like something out of an amusement park here.
Where?
I'll tell you later.
Are you gonna upgrade your gear? Hugh, so what's an amusement park?
Oh, right. I said I'd tell you about them. They have this thing with a cart you ride up real high, then come crashing back down. And this other thing you ride up in the air and they spin you around in circles and
That doesn't sound fun.
I don't know. Kids usually go wild for them.
Kids sound kinda weird. Hugh, I've got a surprise. You're gonna love it. Hugh, thanks for everything. So, do you like it?
It's, that cat again.
I drew lots, but this one turned out the best. So, I'm giving it to you.
Hey, it's actually pretty good. Shows you're a real cat lover. Party, huh?
Why do humans celebrate getting older?
Life's worth celebrating. Every new year is another gift. But when you've almost had 40 of them like I have, they can blur together a bit.
We did it!
You're doing great, Diana.
You're doing great, Hugh.
Thank you.
What a bulky-looking monitor. It's like a box. I wonder what it plays. It's hard to stop watching when there's always something on. Even big bots don't stand a chance when we work together.
Looks like we're getting the hang of this. All right, let's head to the Terra Dome.
Yeah, to find 8. Do you think she's okay? She sounded in trouble.
I don't know. Guess we'll find out when we get there. I was a curious one. Always getting up to no good. Kept chasing anything that caught my eye. Ended up lost half the time.
What did you chase?
One time, I went after a squirrel and totally face-planted.
See? You ran after animals too, just like me.
Yeah, well, that's how I know it's dangerous.
Did you always eat dinner with your family?
When I was living with them, yeah. I'd come home after school and tell them about my day or whatever, and they'd always listen no matter what. I was grateful for that. But, oh, there were times when I really ticked them off.
What did you do?
That's a secret.
Right?
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm still kind of learning the ropes, so I'm mostly just here to provide backup.
So, you don't know how to fix the Cradle system?
Well, the Cradle's a bit out of my league.
At least you're good with guns.
I get by. Delphi's bots running wild like this? That'd be front page news back on Earth.
Why's that?
They're one of the biggest, most respected players in tech. Cutting edge, a clean image, and they pay well. Me personally, I just wanted the chance to go to space.
You like space?
Yeah. It's always been a dream of mine.
Whose families?
My teams. They deserve to know. I couldn't save them. I don't know how to tell them they're gone. Nick's kid is still so young.
I wasn't there, but I don't think it was your fault.
I know. I know. It's just... What is this stuff? Is this lunafilament?
I don't think so. Its basic compositional structure seems a bit off.
It's all messed up. Like it's glitched out or something. So you like cats? Is that why you chased after one?
Yeah, I like everything I've never seen before.
Maybe like isn't the right word. You're just interested, right? Like is something that comes after you know a thing.
They're different?
A bit. But it's fine. Keep stacking up your likes.
Okay.
Green. Why don't you wear shoes?
There are energy pockets under the Cradle's floor, so I can charge when I walk on them.
You charge through your feet?
Yep, it's really useful.
So I guess your battery won't hold up outside.
Don't worry, it lasts a long time.
Well, just let me know if you need a refill.
Why do you hide your face?
I'm not hiding. It's just my suit works better with my visor engaged. Sensors, safety, and all that. Besides, when I'm shooting, I can focus way better with it shut.
And so why do you open it sometimes?
Variety is the spice of life, Diana.
Breaks are important too. Look at those flying things!
Those are butterflies. Not sure what kind, though.
They drink nectar, right?
Yeah, stuff's pretty sweet. Guess liking sweet things is something we both share.
Is bitter bad, then?
Nah, it's not bad. It's just... doesn't bring a smile to your face the same way.
Wow. Sweet sounds fun.
Looks like this place is set up to simulate Earth's bad weather.
Bad weather? Is there good weather, too?
People have good moods and bad, right? It's the same thing.
So they're purposely trying to make the Earth angry.
I guess so.
That tree was so big. Guess that's why the lift wouldn't work.
If we reboot the limb regulators, it should clear a path.
Yep, that's what 8 said. But, Q, can we try climbing the tree before it's gone?
Climbing, huh? Yeah, it could come to that. Diana, have you ever had a dream?
I don't need sleep.
No. I mean, have you ever wanted something to come true?
Huh? Like a prediction? I make those all the time.
Look at you little daydreamer. How could a little chatterbox like you stay quiet for so long in storage?
It was easy. I was in sleep mode. And there was no one else to talk to either.
You were the only one in there?
I think so. I didn't see any other bots or humans.
Must have been lonely.
Lonely? I don't know about that, but it was pretty boring. That's why I'm glad I found you so quickly. Hugh, is something wrong?
Huh? Oh, no. I was just thinking about Nicholas. One of the guys I came here with has a daughter. I didn't want to pry, but I imagine she's about the same age as you.
It'll be okay, Hugh. Even if Nicholas is gone, I'll still be here for you. I'll try my best to surpass his efficiency.
That's not how this works, Diana. You can't just replace someone who's dead. You gotta understand that I'll never see Nicholas again. And neither will his daughter.
Hey, when people go away, it's sad, right? So, are you still sad that Nicholas is gone?
What do you think? Of course I'm sad. Look, he didn't just go away. He's dead. There's a difference. There are all kinds of goodbyes, but losing someone to death? That's the hardest one.
Oh.
You getting along okay with that janky bot with the funny dad hat?
They have a name, you know. It's Cabin.
They're like two peas in a pod.
They're really nice. They call me Little One.
Little one? They don't even call you by your name? Diana, do Pragmata grow like humans do?
I can learn things, but I won't get taller. Also, my body was made with special components, so fixing me isn't easy. If you want a bigger Pragmata, it would be more efficient to start from scratch.
That's not what I'm asking it. Let's just drop it for now. Filament eraser, huh? Pretty cool that you get new abilities like that.
I know. I'm so happy. I'll be able to help you even more than before.
I'm counting on you.
Oh, Hugh, remember when I said you're useful?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
You're more than that. I can't really find the words, but I feel like we gotta stick together.
Always that so? Glad I live up to your expectations. We're in this together, kiddo. So hold on tight.
Read Earth Memory Series complete. Replicating related objects.
We did it! Look, we've collected the entire series! You must spend every day on Earth in fun places like this. Hey, Hugh, let's play!
You ever play any of those games that kids are into? Like hide and seek?
What's that?
You hide, someone finds you, rinse and repeat. I was a master at it. Not a single person could find me.
Hugh, I want to play.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Hugh, let's play hide and seek. Ready or not, here we go. Come find me, Hugh. Can you find me? Can you find me? Ugh, what's taking so long? You found me! Aw, I was sure you wouldn't find me there. It's so fun talking to you, Hugh. Wait, just a few seconds. Now look!
Is this a princess?
No, it's me wearing pretty clothes. I want to wear something like this one day. And I wanted to give this to you so you'd remember.
I'll check with Cabin. Maybe there's something in stock.
Board with wheels. Am I supposed to ride it?
Read Earth Memory Series complete. Replicating related objects.
We did it! I could play here forever. I bet human kids feel the same. Come on, Mr. Balloon.
Oh, Hanami. That's a Japan thing, I think.
Hanami? What's that?
Bunch of people under a cherry tree having a good old time.
done. The other regulator is in the next sector.
Got it. Diana, we're out of here.
Diana?
That's me. You thought of it.
I see. Be careful, Diana.
Will do. We rebooted both the regulators. I'm glad all the trees didn't go away.
Didn't take you for the tree-hugging type.
The Terra Dome would be so empty without them.
Yeah. What good's a place like that without some green in it?
Flowers! Were these the ones from the Terra Dome? That Luna Digger came out of nowhere.
Let me guess. IDUS built these damn worms too, didn't it?
Oh, Luna Diggers have been helping out at the Cradle for ages. They spend all day mining Lunam.
Man, the suits making decisions around here really rub me the wrong way.
Oh yeah, I have a question about that globe. There's all these lines all over it. Isn't that annoying for the people who live there?
Actually, those lines aren't really there. They're just boundaries between countries. Humans have spent centuries making those up. And getting rid of them will probably take twice as long. Talk about bad timing. You step out of the vault and into this mess.
But I'm having fun. I may not remember anything before the vault, but this has to be the most fun I've ever had. We get to go so many places. Oh no, I forgot to put the RC.
Come to think of it, how's that thing running? Batteries included?
Not sure. I thought it was charging from the floor. Like me.
Hold up. You charge from the floor?
The Cradle's lined with energy and supports wireless charging. I think all the bots here use it to recharge.
Right. With this many bots around, I guess that kind of setup's a no-brainer.
Hey, Hugh. How are humans and bots different? I get we were made differently. Our bodies, our materials, our functions.
Yeah, there's all that, but for starters, humans got a soul.
And I don't?
Well, I don't know. Actually, wait a sec.
Where can I find one? Hey, Hugh. You said that I need to be more careful, and that I should try not to get hurt. But what if there's something worse than getting hurt?
That's some heavy thinking right there. Well, I'm not sure what to say. Whenever I don't know what to do, I talk to a friend or ask for advice. But sometimes you just gotta do what's best in the moment, you know?
What's that? Drawing was so much fun that I kind of made a mess.
Not missing any colors?
Nope, they're all there.
Glad to hear it. Crayons tend to run off, and the ones you use the most, they're gone before you know it.
Crayons can run?
Yeah, gotta put them away right, or they'll roll away on you.
Hugh, I have a surprise for you. I drew another picture. Ta-da! I made this while thinking about you. Thanks for always keeping me company and talking to me.
No problem, kiddo. I really like this one. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Hugh. I'll do my best.
Turns out there are not many catbots on the moon.
I know, but there should be. Did you know animal bots can function on the moon, just like me?
Are you for real? Talk about a waste of R&D.
No, it's not. Cats walking on the moon would be cute, but they probably don't want to walk around here.
Didn't you have any human friends hanging around here at the Cradle?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. Maybe if I did have a friend, I wouldn't have ended up in the vault.
Hey, don't worry about it. There's a ton of people on Earth, and I'm sure you'll meet a bunch you like, and maybe a few you won't.
Okay, I can't wait. If I leave the balloons out, will they pop?
The balloon's all okay? Look at you go. I was always popping or losing every balloon I saw. What's wrong?
Well, the truth is, I did lose one.
That's all part of what makes balloons fun. Don't sweat it.
What's the point of a holographic fire anyway? Nice fire. Even though it's not a real fire, I can't stop watching. I bet I'd watch even longer if it were real. Hey, you. Can we try burning something? I want to check if it's like a real campfire.
Are you kidding? You trying to torch this place or what? Plus, if it all goes up in flames, where does that leave Cabin?
Oh, right. I forgot the shelter means a lot to them. I don't want to make them sad. So, I'll stop then. I hope my flower is still okay. Plants from the Terra Dome would probably all be wilted by now.
The lunafilament plants that grow on their own, yeah? They're way too delicate. Wouldn't stand a chance growing in the shelter. Turns out REM flowers suit you just right.
I think so too. Right?
Yeah. When I was young, I was in an orphanage.
Orphanage?
I guess I was about your age when my parents took me in.
Is that different from a regular family?
I couldn't tell you what regular is, but they loved me all the same. That alone was enough.
Can't really write it, but it's fun. I gotta practice if I don't want to fall. Hey there, Hugh. Woo! Someday I'll be a skateboarding pro. I'm not super good yet, but I'm trying.
Sounds good to me. Skating's pretty cool once you get the hang of it.
Really? You think that's cool?
Yeah. Learning to thrash at your age would be awesome.
No way. Then I've got work to do. Have you ever played on one of these before? I never thought swinging would be this fun! Hey, can I jump off this thing? Gotta go higher and higher. Leave it to me, sir. I'll make sure all the lights are green. Here we go. Look, look! This is great! Oops. There it goes. I'm so good at this!
Did you hack the car or something?
Yep, I got the hang of it. It's super easy. There's only two things it can do. Stop and go.
Pretty much the same as real cars.
Really? Then maybe I can drive a real car too. I want to try.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about that. Let's not. More containers with panels. This seems like your kind of thing.
Why?
I mean, it's all hacking and puzzles and stuff, right?
No. Matrix code conversion isn't a puzzle. I have to analyze and then substantiate the underlying...
Okay, I get it. Remember, do not do this down on Earth.
Do what?
Sneaking into places we aren't supposed to be.
What was that black stuff?
The stuff that was on the floor? There was some in the Terra Dome, too.
Yeah, it feels off somehow.
I think so, too. I got a bad feeling about that stuff. We should probably keep our distance.
Can I use this as my secret hideout? I always wanted one just like this. Stay out, Hugh. This is my secret hideout. Yay, that was fun!
Enjoying life in your secret hideout?
Yeah, but it's a bit boring just by myself. If it was bigger, I was thinking you could join me.
Then it wouldn't be so secret anymore, would it?
I guess.
Yeah, the whole point of a secret base is to hide in it from the grown-ups. Could be you're not quite ready for this.
Read Earth Memory Series complete. Replicating related objects.
We did it! Play, nap, and play some more. Camping is so much fun. What are your parents like?
They're great. Told me to follow my dreams and never look back. I took their words to heart, did things my way. Kinda made a mess for them, though. Even after all that, they never faulted me for being me.
They're just like you.
Really?
Yeah, really. Right? What kind of places are there?
Let's see. I once made it to the hottest place on Earth. Wanted to push myself, see how bad 120 Fahrenheit really feels. Ended up passed out in the shade.
I could have taken the heat easy. Not the coldest.
Not quite the coldest, but I did go see the Northern Lights in Alaska.
Oh yeah, where the charged particles from the sun collide in the Earth's magnetosphere.
You're not wrong, but I like to think of it more as a natural work of art.
A work of art?
Under those lights, it's like time stops.
Time stops?
Delphi's cooked up some lightning controlling tech or whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Always sunny skies when I go out.
You can control the weather too?
Nah. I guess I'm just lucky. Although, I always end up in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That doesn't sound lucky to me.
Hey, I'm still standing, aren't I?
Ew, where's the weirdest place on Earth?
There's a bunch. But Easter Island's Moai take the cake.
Huh? How so?
Rows of giant stone statues, all staring off in the same direction. Just fun looking at them lined up and imagining what it all means.
What if there are a bunch of me lined up?
One of you's more than enough, thanks.
You like sweets, don't you, Hugh?
Sure. Not like I'm the only one.
Then what's your favorite?
I want to say donuts, but gotta go with brownies. And if you put some ice cream on top, oh, I'm in heaven. Maybe add a little whipped cream and... Man, I'm getting hungry.
I want to try some too.
So, you know about cats, but how about dogs?
I know dogs. Just like cats, they've been living with people for a long time, right? Have you ever had a pet?
Yeah, a dog. Real smart one. Saved me from drowning in a pond when I was just a runt. So yeah, if it's one or the other, I'm team dog. No question.
Why did you thank IDUS for the warm welcome?
I was being sarcastic. But we can handle anything it throws our way. No problem.
Okay. Phew! Something's glowing!
So this is Luna.
Lunum's the ore you use to make Luna filament, right?
Yeah. First time seeing it in person, though.
And I've got Luna filament inside me too, right?
They say it can do anything, so sure. I guess it's possible.
Can I do anything too?
Maybe not anything, but I'd say you're doing good enough.
I'm doing good. Yes! Mr. Buck, you never know when a kitty could just pop out of nowhere. So I should carry a net, so I can catch one next time.
You better think twice before swinging a net at a cat.
But why? They're really fast. I can't grab them with my hands.
Cats don't take kindly to being cornered. You gotta earn their trust. Only then can you be their friend. So just be patient and see if they'll come around on their own.
Okay, I'll try. You're a really good person.
Thanks. But that was sudden.
Because of you, I've had so much fun and learned new things.
Really? I barely did anything, though. Hey, Diana. Have you ever been swimming?
Nope, never.
Huh. Wonder if there's an upgrade for that.
I don't know, but I can try learning.
I see. Well, don't worry. Stay close to the shore at first. And remember, if it ever feels like you can't handle it, no shame in turning back.
Okay. Thanks, Hugh.
What do you want to do when you get to Earth?
I don't know. How about you?
First, I'll head home and thank my neighbors for taking care of things while I was gone. Then I'll ask them if I can take their scruffy little mutt out for a walk.
Can I come too? I've never met a scruffy little mutt before.
Of course. But could you keep that nickname to yourself, please? Remember our chat about Pragmata and humans being different?
Yeah?
I've been mulling it over. And I think Pragmata got souls too.
I do?
Yeah. The souls in the choices you make for yourself. Don't forget that, okay?
I won't, Hugh. Thanks. Do you think 8's okay? Must be hard controlling that much dead filament. Hugh, if you were doing something dangerous, would you want someone to stop you?
Yeah, of course. I stopped you when you pushed it too far.
I don't remember that.
Are you serious? You almost wrecked yourself chasing after that cat. Remember?
Oh, yeah. This time, I'm gonna be the one doing the saving. Hugh, you're pretty different from all the other grown-ups I've met.
Compared to a bunch of brainiac researchers? Yeah, I can imagine. I've seen my share of bots, and you're pretty different too, kiddo.
What a big umbrella! No way I can hold this with one hand. The real ocean has fishies in it, right? That replicator was broken. We gotta fix it.
The workers here sure did a number putting that defective crap everywhere.
I think it's the dead filament's fault.
What is?
When dead filament gets on bots, they start acting all weird, right? Maybe it's the same for replicators.
I see. So basically, this dead filament is a real winner.
Yay! Now I've got a weapon too! Time for me to shine! We're not making good progress, but we gotta stop 8.
We gotta find terminals again? Should be a cinch. After all this, I'm basically a terminal hunting pro.
Terminal hunting pro?
Oh yeah, when I get back to Earth, terminals for breakfast, baby.
Read Earth Memory Series complete. Replicating related objects.
We did it! I bet the person who collected these really loved the ocean. I wonder if this REM was inspired by someone's memory. Why do people build sandcastles anyway? They always crumble. Wouldn't it be better to make them out of something stronger?
That's the fun part. You build it quick as you can, and it falls apart just as fast.
What's fun about that?
It's not about what you make, it's the act of making that's fun.
But aren't you sad when it falls apart?
Not everything needs to be forever. Sometimes it's enough to just enjoy the moment.
Check! Back off. Out of my way. Hey, Hugh. You know how 8's trying to send that element to Earth, right? Do you really think that's what the doctor wanted?
Can't say, kiddo. The doctor was in a bad spot there at the end. Humans are a tough nut to crack. What's your best guess?
I think the doctor I knew wouldn't want all this.
If that's how you feel, then that's how it is. Can I work for you?
Yeah.
So why's your hair look so different?
When the doctor made me, Daisy had really long hair. But she had short hair when he made 8.
So he kept updating his designs to match real life. And that's why 8 kind of looks like your older sister.
But he made me first, so I'm the oldest. Oh, Hugh! Drawing on a screen is fun, but nothing beats the feel of crayons. I want to draw all the things I like and use every color crayon.
So what's your favorite color?
Favorite color? This is tough. I can't choose. I like all of them.
All right, no rush. Fill me in when you figured it out.
Okay, I'll let you know. Oh yeah, that thing. Oh no, sand's all over the place. I like how the sand feels on my toes. I press down and sink in.
Must feel nice since you're barefoot. Fine if the sand's clean and soft, but some beaches are loaded with rocks. We'll make sure to get you some water shoes before we head to the beach, okay? You'll probably need some regular ones too. And socks.
I don't really get it, but whatever you say.
At a run on electricity, do you not need to eat like humans do?
I can eat, but I don't have to, because I don't get hungry.
And you can taste as well?
Yeah, I've memorized all the basic flavors.
Well, then we are going to eat when we get back to Earth.
To the sea, right?
Yeah. Went fishing all the time.
Fishing is when you put bait on a stick to trick fish and catch them, right?
Trick makes me sound like a jerk. More often than not, the fish snatch the bait and swim off.
Fishing sounds pretty intense, huh? There's something odd on this terminal.
In what way?
I'm not really sure, but it says the owner of the data is unknown. Maybe someone who didn't work at the Cradle saved it here.
That's definitely not suspicious or anything.
Maybe we'll learn more if we read all of it.